What is going on, guys? Haribo41296 here, and today we're doing another episode of HariboCast. I'm joined by IDK Cuber or Lewis. Say hi.
Hello.
And then I'm also joined by Harry from Hot Cubes. Say hi.
Yo, what's up? I'm Hot Cubes.
Alright then, so the kind of subject for this podcast is going to be competitions because, as most of you may know, if you've seen some of my previous videos, all three of us went to UK Championships 2016. Now, Harry, this was your first ever competition, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience?
Well, obviously, it is my first competition, so I was very nervous, on the days leading up to it. But when I got there, I kind of lost all my nerves, because, while I was there, I made friends with this guy, Henry Jones Cubing, I think it is, and, because I met him, when I was waiting for 2x2, and that was really cool, and obviously I met, OJ Cubing for the first time, or Orange Juice, as I called him that one time, or Orange Juice Cubing Essentials. So obviously I made some friends there, and obviously I met you for the first time, Chris. Obviously we'd spoke beforehand, but I met you in real life for the first time there. So yeah, all around it was really fun. It was very nervous, especially on the second day when I was going up for 3x3. But yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome, that's cool. I remember my first competition was in 2012, and I was also very nervous, but once I actually got into the room and started speaking to other cubers, I realised that it was kind of just like a huge community. It didn't really matter what kind of times you got, at least not on an official level. So yeah, awesome that you had such a good experience. Now, Lewis, this was your second competition because you were at ABHC. So why don't you tell us about your experience and how it was kind of different from your first competition?
Yeah, in this one, it was a lot bigger than ABHC, so I felt like I had a lot more pressure on me to do better. And obviously, I had goals that I wanted to beat from my previous competition, which, on some of them I didn't, 2x2, I did absolutely awful. And I think the event I probably found, the most nerve-wracking to do was blind, because not a lot of people pass blind when they do it. And I just got so nervous, and I was watching everyone, and they were watching me, and I was like, oh god. And then I ended up failing it because I suck at blind. But yeah, it was really fun though, because I got to meet a lot more people than what I did at ABHC, and some people even noticed me, which is something I haven't really experienced before. So yeah, it was really, really fun.
Awesome, yeah, that's really great to hear, and I think I agree with you. It was on a much larger scale than any other competitions that I've been to, and the competition was so high at UK Championships. But I had a lot of fun. Meeting you guys was really awesome as well. But you mentioned that you were very nervous about blind. Now, obviously, you were really, really close to actually solving the puzzle. You were 6 edges off when you reached the time limit. Would you say that was your worst event? I mean, my worst one was 2x2. I got a 9-second average. What were you guys' kind of worst events?
I would say my worst event wasn't actually blind, because I did do blind and I did absolutely fail at it, but I wasn't expecting, I didn't set myself the goal of doing a blind solve. I think my worst event was probably Pyrrha, because I was expecting to get, I was really wanting myself to get under 15 average, sub 15 average even, and I didn't. I messed up a lot of my solves and I ended up getting, I think it was a 19 average, which it's 4 seconds away, and I got really disappointed at my Pyrrha solve, and I think that is the one that I would go back and probably redo again if I had to.
Yeah, my worst one was probably either 2x2 and Pyrrha. I mean, in Pyrrha, I wasn't really that bothered, but then I got a 36-second solve because I kept doing things wrong, and I was like, wait, I actually do care. So then I was like, got to do better, and I got, I can't remember what it was. Was that a 20-second? But yeah, I think blind was also pretty horrible because, I'd spent all that time trying to memorise it, and then, once you've done it and you notice that you've completely failed, and you're just it just feels a lot worse. But I mean, on the contrary, my best event was probably 3x3 because I actually shocked myself. I got quite a few good solves and got a sub 19-second average, and that like made me extremely happy. It was the best average I'd had that day as well. What about you guys? What were your best events?
I would say, despite not being able to make average for cut-off, the fact that I was getting 55 seconds, which is good for me in one-handed, I didn't make cut-off. I was seconds off, like literally had my average, my first time being a second faster, I would have made OH cut-off. But I was really impressed with myself that I managed to get a 45 and a 47 for my one-handed solving, which was really good for me, just considering I had been getting like 55s and I was really nervous for it. So I would say like that was one of my best events.
My best event, I would probably have to say, was 4x4. I kind of ranked higher in other events such as Pyraminx and Clock, but 4x4 is the one that I think personally I did the best in. The cutoff was 1 minute 20, so I was quite nervous about that for a start. But I think my worst time was 1 minute 12, and my best time was 1 minute 1 second, and that was a +2. So I think my average was 1 minute 8 overall, and that is my personal best average at the moment. And I don't know, I just put a lot of work into 4x4, and it seems that it paid off. So, you know, I was pretty happy with that. But in other events like 3x3, 5x5, it was pretty average, to be honest. I didn't really do anything special, but. Yeah, 4x4 was good.
I do want to quickly mention that I had a pop on Scube during my Scube, and
You what? Really?
I had a pop on Scube, and basically the center, not center, like the face popped out, and then a corner popped out, and then it all just kind of fell apart. So I had to get a DNF, and I had to ask what's his name? Yeah, Robert Yao. It was Robert. I had to ask Robert Yao to put my Scube back together, and then they had to wait for the next group. They had to make the next group wait so that I could do my solves.
No way.
Yes, it happened.
A similar thing happened to me at UK Open 2012. Now, obviously, quite a lot of people know that I got 3rd place in the Magic, but I got a DNF while I was doing a solve, and I actually completely scrambled the Magic up. And I was sat there, and this guy, who was obviously a specialist in it, was stood there unscrambling it for me, and it must have taken him about 5 minutes, and everyone had finished Magic except me, and I was just sat there waiting. But then I guess I got 3rd place out of it, so I can't complain. But yeah, it was a bit awkward.
It's like in the finals of 3x3, that guy got a DNF. Was it like? Yeah, it was wasn't it?
Cornelius. Cornelius
Yeah,
got a DNF.
but he still got 2nd place, and I was like, "You're awesome. You're a great guy."
Yeah, it's crazy when people that are obviously world class standard get pops and then still manage to get really, really great rankings. Like, as you say, 2nd place. It's pretty crazy. So obviously that was the national event for 2016. What did you guys actually think of the standard and kind of the speed of the competitors there? Because personally for me, I thought it was absolutely crazy. I thought the people there were so talented. 4x4 was my best event, and I got like 51st place. You know, how did it kind of seem to you to kind of experience all those really fast solvers?
In 3x3, I was going for a sub 20, and then when I got it, I was like really happy. I was wondering where I came, and I ended up beating Chris. Yeah, get pawned. And then when I found out I got 74th, I was really happy because, you know, I was in the top 75. But I was also thinking, an 18-second average at 74th. Holy. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, exactly. It's just absolutely crazy, because when I was doing 3x3 in 2012, my average was 21 seconds, and I think I was like 33rd, which is mental because that's quite high up. But I got a better average than that this time round, and I was being ranked like 76, 77, so it's absolutely crazy to see how high the standard has become in the space of, 3 or 4 years?
What makes it even more amazing is, while me and Lewis were at the airport, we met this little kid who was a cuber, and he averaged like about sub 20, like around that. And he told us like he hadn't really been cubing that long, but he knew full OLL, and there was another kid as well, yeah, and full PLL as well, and there was another kid as well that we met actually at UKC, and he had been cubing for less, like a smaller amount of time than us, yet he could like sub 15 average.
Yeah, and he was.
It was.
Are you on about? I think it was Cuby Dude. Oh no, you're on about Cycrim Central. And then there was Cuby Dude as well, who was doing it for about 6 months. And he knew, like, full CLL, which I can't even wrap my head around yet, for 2x2, and he gets, like, 3 seconds. And it kind of puts me down a little.
No, definitely. It is quite frustrating and quite frustrating when you've been cubing for quite a long time and you see people that have been doing it for half that time and they're already faster. But, you know, it is just a lot of hard work, and I guess some people just have it better than we do.
Yeah, because, like, I've been cubing myself for around almost a year now, and, like, obviously there's little kids that are faster than me and, you know, that have been doing it for a shorter amount of time. It's really off-putting and kind of sad in a way. But, like, good on those little kids, gotta say.
Yeah, I know.
Faster than a speeding bullet.
Okay, so really quickly, I just wanted to talk about some of the problems with competitions. Firstly, people stealing cubes, because as you guys know, and some of the people that were actually there with me, you'll know that my square one went missing for like a good half of the day, and I was competing in it later on in the day, so I was stressing out a lot about it, and it turns out in the end it was kind of a misunderstanding, but I'm not too sure if it was. You know, it's a huge problem. There were other people there who had also lost to their puzzles or had them stolen. So, you know, guys, what are your opinions on this?
So when I got home from UKC, I like took all my cubes out of my bag, and it turned out that my Scube and my square one had gone missing, so I'm gonna have to buy a new cheese, square one, and Scube now.
With my Thunderclap went missing, and I don't know if it was stolen, and I can't say it was stolen because I have no idea. But I mean, it's just like I had it out on the table, I was solving on it, came back and it was gone, and it's just like, yeah. And then I accidentally stole someone's Megaminx. Luckily, I was able to find the person whose it was, but like you can't always say that people are stealing puzzles on purpose. Like, sometimes you'll think it's theirs, because I thought that Megaminx was mine, but Harry had put it in his bag, so luckily I was able to find the person.
But yeah, we've not got much time left, so just quickly as well, the problem of judging. Now, Harry, you said you had a bit of a problem with judging. Why don't you tell me about that?
Well, while I was solving, some of the judges were solving as well, and it kind of put me off a little bit, and I wouldn't say it completely affected me, but obviously it's kind of wrong. It's like not right to kind of interrupt someone as well. And also while I was judging, I think it was 5. No, it wasn't 5x5. I think no, but it wasn't OH finals. It basically I was sat and I was judging, and there was a little girl that was sat across from me, and she was trying to talk to me while people were solving, so I had to kind of gesture to her to be quiet, because obviously, like, some judges are non-cubers, and that girl wasn't a cuber, obviously, and people really, like, that are non-cubers don't know the amount of, like, concentration that goes into solving Rubik's Cube, and obviously, with that concentration, it can affect your times quite a bit, so that, like, obviously the issues of non-cubers judging is a big thing, but I have, however, seen, like, was it Chris Olsen who did a video on it a little while ago, saying how, like, on the issues of, like, judging and non-cubers judging and how they shouldn't be judging, or at least how they should at least know the rules of how to judge and stuff.
Yeah, touching on what you said earlier, Harry, about solving whilst other people were solving, I mean, we both did it.
Oh, I didn't.
But we asked the person who was solving whether they were fine with it. Before,
I didn't.
You know,
I didn't. Like, no, I didn't.
Then what
solve.
are you whinging about?
No, I wasn't. It was while they were waiting for their cube.
No, you were
Lewis.
solving whilst they were doing it. I saw you. Don't lie to me.
Alright, well, with this little sassy argument that's going down, let's end the podcast there. I'll let you guys settle your problems over Skype.
You're trying to sass me. You're trying to sass me, Lewis.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, to the viewers, thank you so much for watching this podcast if you've made it this far. As always, remember to leave a like, leave a comment below, and suggest your ideas for HariboCast, and then of course subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.